What's going on, guys? Anthony here. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a comment down in the comment section below, share it around with your friends. All the love and support I absolutely appreciate, so thank you guys so much. But let's get into today's review. So today, we got a brand new guitar from FireFly, the FireFly FFMN. This is a clear direct copy of the PV-EVH Wolfgang model. The only discernible difference being that the toggle switch is right next to the volume instead of on the upper cutaway. So this guitar costs around $230, $256 after tax and shipping. Now for this guitar, I did a full-on setup with a fresh set of strings. I put on 1052s. I believe it was 9 gauge out of the box. Had to do quite a few things for the setup. I had to straighten the neck a little bit. The bridge wasn't flush with the body. The springs, I really had to tighten them to get it to balance with the string tension. So the bridge is very stiff. This guitar is one of the better fretwork jobs in past models, but there was still a couple frets that were uneven, so I did have to go and spot level a few of them so I can play it properly. But now this thing was perfectly playable. I gave it a couple days to really test things out and try it out for myself. But now, unfortunately, at the time of recording this video, the guitar is still unavailable on their website, which means I have no spec list to reference from. So I'm just going to assume what this guitar is made out of given their past FireFly models. I'm not sure if it's sold out or if it was a cease and desist, because I'll tell you what, this guitar looks very similar, if not almost identical to an EVH. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was the outcome. But I'm just going to go over what I assume the specs might be. The guitar, I believe, is a mahogany body, a quilted maple two-piece top, which actually looks really nice. Has cream binding all around the body's edge. It has a Floyd Rose-like double locking floating bridge, one volume knob, a 3-way toggle. It has 2 zebra style humbuckers. Now for the neck, it is a 22 fret neck with a maple fingerboard and maple neck, both on construction. It has a spoke wheel type adjustment for the truss rod, which is a really nice feature. That's really good for adjusting the neck on the fly. It has Les Paul-like style tuners. And then a really nice feature, which is at this price point is fantastic. It has a retaining bar behind the nut, which that dramatically helps with the tuning stability as it keeps the string straight before going to the machine heads. So it helps with any binding or pinching. The finish on this guitar is absolutely perfect. There's not one blemish or imperfection anywhere I could see, which is a really great outing for FireFly given their past models. Their Les Pauls primarily, there was a couple nicks and cracks on their finishes, nothing crazy. But this is easily one of the best finishes I've ever seen. So I really like the fact that FireFly, they're getting a game together. They're always improving with their new models that they release. But I'm going to do a quick sound demo of this guitar. We'll check this guitar out on clean. Keep it nice and simple with no effects so you can really hear the natural sound of the pickups, crunch and lead tones like I've done in my past reviews. But alright, let's plug this thing in and see how it sounds. Alright, and we're back. So, wow, like right off the bat, these pickups are awesome. This guitar sounds absolutely killer. The pickups, these are easily one of FireFly's best pickups I've ever heard. And as you can see behind me, I have plenty of them. They sound great, they're not noisy, and most importantly of all, they are not microphonic at all. The playability is spectacular. After I did a little bit of leveling on the frets, thing plays absolutely phenomenal. Now let's get into the few negatives I had with this guitar. Now the volume knob, I wouldn't call it a negative. Some of you out there might, but it's a little hard, it's a little stiff to turn. But I actually do prefer that. If I'm playing live, I'm not gonna accidentally roll the volume off. So that's something I can look past. Now, my biggest negative with this guitar, which I was kind of figuring before I bought this at the price, the bridge is, to say the least, it is terrible. The tuning stability is absolutely atrocious. The minute you lock the strings in and dive the bar, it immediately puts the strings out, especially if you dive it the other way, because it is a recessed design, but the minute you do, it instantly puts the strings out. So it's a huge shame. This guitar had everything going for it. The bridge is just not there. It is crap and terrible. If I had to review this guitar without the bridge, I would give it a 4 out of 5 any day of the week. But unfortunately, this bridge holds the guitar back. But FireFly, if you're watching, I would recommend making a model of this without the floating bridge and do a regular stop bar. That would be something to greatly consider. But it's not the end of the world. You can always swap the bridge out for an actual Floyd. All the routing's already done, and it looks pretty similar, so I believe this would just be an in and out swap. Or if you don't want to shell out the money, you could just block off the bridge in the back, put like a chunk of wood, or buy the L bracket mod to stop the bridge from moving. But it's a shame because I really love this guitar, but I have to dock it for the bridge. But at the price, I'm not surprised. If anything, this bridge is probably similar to a Floyd Rose Special, except way worse. I know a Special will actually stay in tune somewhat. This just doesn't. Honestly, this guitar stays in tune better when you don't lock it down versus locking it. I don't know why that's the case, but that's just how it is. So my final thoughts on this guitar, can I give it a proper recommendation for anyone out there that's looking to buy this? I would say yes, only on the basis because you could change the bridge out, or better yet, if you don't want to shell out any money and don't care about a floating bridge, just put a piece of wood in the back and block it off and you're ready to go. So that's going to be the video for today, guys. Definitely let me know down in the comment section below what you thought of this guitar, if there's any favorite sounds that you heard or things that you liked about this guitar. If you're not yet subscribed, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Share the video around with your friends. All the support means the absolute world to me. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, everybody.